Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of the Moss HR Minute. I'm Nicole Moss. I'm the co-founder of Moss Consulting HR Services. We help business owners solve the people and operational challenges that they face every day. On this show, we sit down with leaders, experts, and entrepreneurs to uncover issues business owners are facing. Today, I'm joined with someone on our team, Hecia Mpanga, who is one of our HR managers here at Moss Consulting, supporting Houston businesses. So before joining us, Hecia spent years at Payroll, helping business owners optimize payroll, HRIS, and workforce systems. He brings a unique blend of HR strategy, analytics, and operational leadership from his time at Payroll and at a corporate level at Target. Here's how the show works. We are going to ask you 5 hard-hitting HR questions that business owners are struggling with right now. Hecia will give answers in 1 Moss minute, just 60 seconds, and then we will dive into those topics deeper together. Are you ready for question number 1?
I am.
Let's go. Let's jump in. Okay, so question number 1. You have helped hundreds of business owners optimize payroll systems at Paycor, especially those juggling compliance, multi-state teams, and super fast growth. What's the biggest payroll mistake that small and mid-sized businesses in Houston are making today? And give your answer in 1 Moss minute.
Awesome. Thank you, Nicole, for that question. So I think the biggest mistake that I see right now is with business owners trying to manage payroll with outdated systems. Or trying to manage it manually. And if you're a small business owner and you're working across multiple state lines, or you have employees in multiple states, those mistakes can easily be very costly for you. So this is not just about having a modern payroll system, but it's about that visibility for the owner so that you can make those real-time decisions and then also avoid any compliance issues as you go through those different states.
Perfect. In 1 Moss minute.
Did I get it?
You got it. Okay, so what kinds of businesses benefit most from modernizing payroll early instead of waiting until it's quote unquote too late?
Yeah, so I'd say, industry-wise, I'd say construction businesses, hospitality businesses, those are great that need to modernize early. If you have hourly workers, if you have workers that have shifting schedules, it would benefit you. High growth industries, if your business is growing at a very fast rate, or in cases where you start to expand into multiple markets. We now work in a society where remote work is available for employees. And so if you have workers across multiple states, I'd really encourage you to modernize early.
Excellent. Excellent. Great. We're going to go to question 2, killing it. So you've led HRIS adoption projects and coached HR teams on how to get real value out of platforms like Paycor and Workday. What's one of the most underrated HRIS feature that business owners should be using today that perhaps they aren't? Break that down for us in 1 Moss minute.
Yeah, so on a whole, I think when a business acquires a modern HRIS system, they acquire the payroll part and they acquire the onboarding part. But I would say probably the most undervalued piece is the data that it brings in. I think there's a lot of value in having live data beyond what you see with your payroll schedule, beyond what you see with your onboarding. I think data reports that show you your cost per employee, your cost of labor, those are reports that enable you to make decisions in a more proactive manner versus dealing with it in a reactive manner.
Love it. Love it. So what data points do you think every business owner should be monitoring on a daily basis?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I'd encourage every business owner to look at things like turnover. Turnover is a major indicator of your culture within your organization. I'd encourage them to look at the cost of labor and the percent of cost of labor in regards to percent of revenue that you're bringing in on a monthly basis.
Excellent. Woo-hoo! I want to just side point on Hecia real quick is that you bring a really unique strategy to our business owners by having a master's in leadership and is it organizational leadership?
Yes, human resource development.
And an MBA. And so when you're looking at people and structures, you're seeing it from both sides, from the people side managing the culture, but also from the business side and the analytics and the strategy that goes into running a profitable business. How I guess, why did you join those two? Because you have a master's in both, which is it's crazy. So talk me through why you chose to do that.
Yeah, that's a good question. So from the MBA side, it's looking at the financial aspect of it. How do you make a business profitable? How do you make a business very efficient? I love the fact that I added a master's in human resource development because this business is run by people. And so my passion is just around the engagement of people, because these are people that, for a business owner, these people see your customers on a daily basis. And so if we figure out how to develop and how to engage them, there's going to be a natural interest in people wanting to be successful with your business that is going to lead to those financial results.
Houston's one of the fastest growing markets in the country. So we're dealing with multi-state hiring, construction growth, compliance changes. Everything's hitting small businesses super fast. So from your experience leading operations and compliance at both Target and Paycor, what do you think are the top compliance risks that Houston employers are overlooking? Explain that to us in one Moss minute.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm saying, the first one I'd say is I-9 documentation. And so if you have outdated practices around how you look at your I-9 documentation, I'm seeing that as a risk. And then the other one that I tend to see is companies operating across multi-states.
Yes.
So multi-state tax compliance is a major issue. So you have to make sure that you're registered. You have to make sure that employees that are working for you that in other states are also have the correct tax filings as well. And so with those two, those are huge risks that I see here.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's a simple process change that reduces that by, let's go big, 80% to small business owners?
Yeah, so for small business owners, it's important that you standardize your documentation processes. So having simple SOPs in place that make sure that they catch those things is a big one. And then the other one that I would say is having a really good HRIS system.
Yeah.
Because these organizations have developed their software to be able to support the business owner to catch those.
All right, are you ready for question 4?
I am.
Okay, all right. Excellent. So you've worked in HR, you've worked in operations, supply chain, and HRIS. So you've seen firsthand how technology is changing the landscape. How do you see HR technology evolving over the next, let's say, 24 months, particularly for small to medium-sized businesses? And walk us through that in one Moss minute.
Yeah, so HR right now, I believe it's very transactional, and we're very reactive to what we do. But as technology is advancing, technology is going to become more predictive. So for a business owner, you'll be able to predict things like turnover trends within an organization by just looking at your reportings. A key one probably that you'll be able to predict is the burnout rate of your employees. So as you continue to engage with your employees, your technology is going to assist you to be able to predict some of these. So it's going to help evolve the business by being more proactive and coming from a proactive area versus being reactive.
I agree completely. I think we all want to be more proactive and get ahead of items. We use a ticketing system in Moss Consulting, and I think one of the items that's been most helpful to our clients is we can see trending tickets that come up, and then we can make a video or go in and talk to employees and say, hey, we've seen that a lot of employees are, for some reason, they've all lost their medical ID card or whatever. And so we can show them how to get ahead of that. And that saves us so much time when we can take the time to be proactive. It's so helpful. So being able to predict burnout, being able to predict turnover it's going to be a game changer. And we're so glad that to work with you and to have this team thinking the same way, so that for all of our clients, we can be very proactive and save retention. We can save employees. We can really be really intentional about how we're serving the people that we work with. All right, question number 5. Are you ready for the last hard-hitting question of the day?
I am.
All right. So you've developed leaders at Target, and you've built coaching programs, and you've helped reduce turnover with data-driven strategies. What should Houston business owners be doing right now to build stronger teams and retain great people? Walk us through that in one Moss minute.
Yeah, I think Houston business owners need to move from a reactive management to intentional leadership.
Okay.
Right now, retention is driven by clarity, growth, and trust. So employees need to know what success looks like.
Yes.
In my opinion, I don't believe there's an employee that says, I want to do a bad job today.
Agreed.
And so a lot of the times when the business is growing, there's still the need for training with your frontline employees. So I'd really encourage Houston business owners to go out there and spend that time with your frontline employees, because that's who sees your client every day. Be able to explain, what does success look like, both for the employee and what success looks like for the business. That is going to carry a huge amount of engagement for that employee to want to keep working for you and coming to work every day.
I love it. I love it. And I agree. I don't think any employee is like, I want to come to work and do really poorly today. They want to do good. They want to show up. They want to be successful. And most employees want to engage and be a part of the team and move things forward. it is so easy as leaders and as business owners to get bogged down in the day-to-day too and not spend that time with their frontline employees. So I 1,000% agree with that strategy. Can you share with us perhaps one practical leadership habit that could improve performance with employees immediately?
Yeah, so one of the things I think about is just what does that one-on-one look like? A lot of the one-on-ones tend to be very task-driven of what we have to accomplish today. But I'd encourage business owners to break those down into what are our priorities this week, what are some of the barriers, and what does development look like when you're having that one-on-one.
How long do you think those one-on-ones should be?
A good weekly check-in would be about 30 minutes.
Okay. Excellent. So it won't take up a lot of time and is very impactful.
Correct, yes.
Excellent. Love that. Hecia, thank you so much for joining us today on this edition of Moss HR Minute. Your insight into payroll optimization, HR technology, compliance, workforce trends. It's exactly what business owners need to hear. So especially in this super fast-paced market that we're living in today in Houston. If you want to connect with Hecia, he works with business owners across Houston who need on-site HR support, payroll guidance, and modern HR operation help. You can reach Hecia at hecia@mossconsulting.com. And if you're a business owner needing on-site HR, recruiting, payroll, or help with any kind of employment issues, visit mossconsulting.com or book some time with me using the link below. Thank you for watching this edition of the Moss HR Minute, and we will see you next time.
It's fast, it's fun, it's